Hello everybody, it is Emery48 here and welcome back to another Star Wars Sunday. We're continuing on the Legends timeline at 22 BBY, and this book is taking place in month 3 after the battle on Geonosis. And this book is Republic Commando Hard Contact by Karen Travis. And I got the book for $4, one of the cheaper novels that I've gotten my hands on. Prologue. Theta Squad and Delta Squad, consisting of Darman, Taylor, Vin, and Jay, are on Geonosis, fighting Geonosians and droids. Theta Squad planted explosives, allowing Delta Squad to get through a door into a hallway. Darman has lost contact with the rest of Delta Squad during a fight and hears an unfamiliar voice say, "Man down." Chapter 1. The Republic assault ship Implacable is preparing for extraction from Geonosis, carrying injured and healthy clone troopers, including commando units. Darman has survived and made it to the extraction point. The Implacable arrived on Ord Mantell, where the wounded would be cared for, and the healthy would be reassigned. The story then moves to Imbrani on Qiiluran, which is 40 light-years from Ord Mantell in the Tingle Arm. Etain Termukin is being chased by a Weequay. So far, this book is pretty confusing to follow. It keeps bouncing back and forth between characters and settings, and there's not really much warning between a lot of it. The Weequay's boss found it and beat it, taking it away from the hiding Etain. Etain is a Padawan. Her master Fuliar was unfortunate and betrayed, so presumably dead. Etain has acquired help from the farmer who owns the farm she was hidden in. The farmer's name is Burhan. Master Fuliar's body has not been found, but he has not been heard from. The story moves back to fleet support on Ord Mantell, specifically Barrack Block 5. Phi and Niner are other commandos who were the sole survivors of their squad on Geonosis. Chapter 2. I really hope this book becomes simpler to follow. I may just not be the biggest fan of this writing style, but it is kinda complex thus far. Jedi Master Arlegen Zay, an intelligence officer, has a new mission for the Commandos. The setting is now the secure briefing room on fleet support on Ord Mantell. The prologue in the first chapter took place in concurrence with the Battle of Geonosis. We are now at the book's timeline location of 3 months after the battle on Geonosis. And this was not told that this was stuff that you just had to kind of figure out. Another point where the book is a little confusing. Darman, Niner, Phi, and RC-3222 are now Omega Squad. They are in a meeting with Arlegen, his Padawan Jusik, and a shapeshifter, Valakil, part of the Gurlanin species. Omega Squad is going to be sent to Qiiluran. Gez-Hokin, a Mandolorian, is in charge of a Neimoidian-funded militia on Qiiluran, which is the closest thing the planet has to a government. The commandos are being sent to Qiiluran because of Avalot Kale Uthan and the nanovirus the Separatist scientist has created, both believed to be at a research facility on the currently neutral planet of Qiiluran. Valakil explained that the nanovirus was created to target and kill clones. Jusik is Omega Squad's armorer, getting them ready with the newest advancements in weapon and armor technology for their mission. Although finding Fuliar and Etain is not Omega Squad's main objective, Arlegen had hoped they would be able to locate them. RC-3222 is named Aiton, Mandolorian for stubborn. Omega Squad is embarking on their 8-hour journey to Qiiluran. Etain is still living on Burhan's farm in the small farming town of Imbrani. Communications are heavily monitored by the Neimoidians to ensure that all business goes through them. Chapter 3. Lick Ankit is the Neimoidian in charge on Qiiluran. Hokin met with Ankit to update him on the interrogation of Fuliar. Fuliar has not revealed much yet. Hokin despises Ankit and his cowardliness. Setting changes to a docking bay on Fleet Support Air Station on Ord Mantell. Jusik accompanied Omega Squad to their transport ship. They are in flight on their way to Qiiluran. The Republic assault ship, the Majestic, will be nearby for their extraction once ready. Etain felt a disturbance in the Force and knew that was the moment her master died. Omega Squad bailed out of their transport as it was crash landing onto Qiiluran, after colliding with some members of the planet's avian species. Chapter 4. Niner, Etain, and Phi made it to the rendezvous point. Darman had jumped last, trying to save more of the resources. He had a hard landing into an object. He has not made it to the rendezvous point. The shuttle landed and exploded in Burhan's field. Etain saw the droid pilot and recognized the model. She knew it had been a Republic ship. Darman killed 2 Weequay searching for survivors from the crash. He had ambushed them. He knows he will not be able to reach the first rendezvous point in time. Chapter 5. Darman wiped out 8 of Hokan's militia who were burning down a farm in search of the survivors from the crash. Both the militia and the civilians were terrified of Darman when they saw him, because Hokan is a Mandolorian and the commando armor is very close to Mandalorian armor. Niner shot down a speeder after one of its cannons locked onto his position. Niner, Phi, and Etain are moving towards rendezvous point Beta. It seems like Darman is planning on getting to rendezvous point Gamma. Hokan killed the lieutenant that ordered the barn to be burned down as a warning. Hokan used Fulier's lightsaber. Hokan said that it is a form of punishment, and if you punish someone before they do something wrong, then they have nothing to lose. Chapter 6. Burhan wants to kick out Etain. Jinart, Burhan's wife, has convinced him to stay on the good side of the Jedi. Jinart has said she will take Etain somewhere once night falls. Darman was making good progress and took a nap in the woods. Some insects around him died. He kept a couple to inspect later. The air was not contaminated. Uthan summoned Hokan. She is not happy with Ankit and wants to cut him out. She is giving Hokan 100 droids to better protect her and her work. She also told him that the clone's DNA is from Jango Fett, which made Hokan very upset with the Republic, as they also killed him. Chapter 7. Niner, Phi, and Etain came upon a group of militia. While they were observing them, the militia were heavily drinking. A Separatist officer and 4 droids came and killed the militia. Hokan never liked his militia much anyway, so he is having the new droids take them out. This did clear the path for Niner, Phi, and Etain to carry on. Jinart has pointed Etain in the direction of where Darman is sleeping. Jinart is strong in the Force, but would not reveal where she had learned the Force. She did mention that she was not a Jedi, but they were on the same side. Etain found Darman, fighting him thinking it was Hokan. Darman disarmed her, then told her who he was. Since the Neimoidians had monitored all communications off Qiiluran, Etain had no clue that the Republic had purchased a clone army. Hokan has brought droids to Ankit's house. They will be stationed there, and he now has Qiiluran under martial law. Hokan is a commissioned major of the Separatist army. Niner, Etain, and Phi took out some droids and an Aquilish commander at rendezvous point Beta. Etain has suffered a bruised chest and possibly some broken ribs. They are leaving Beta early because of the skirmish and are headed for Gamma. Hokan inspected the ruins of the droids that the commandos had left behind. No one knows what they are fighting against or how many there are to fight. Chapter 8. Hokan is relocating Uthan and her work until he deals with the Republic threat. Hokan is going to set up the laboratory as a trap. Uthan will not be able to continue working while she is relocated, but would rather stop progress rather than lose progress if it was stolen or destroyed by the Republic. Etain showed Darman plans of all the Separatist buildings in the region. The intelligence Omega Squad brings them to the garrison rather than the laboratory. Jinart came into the room telling them that the droids are headed to Imbrani. Darman pulled his gun on her. Chapter 9. Jinart revealed herself to be another Gurlanin. Darman has come up with a plan to get back with his squad, then re-split up to pretend like they are attacking the trap while also attacking the new location of Uthan. Niner, Phi, and Etain have arrived at rendezvous point Gamma. Etain and Darman are headed to a safe house. Hokan has started burning crops near the research facility to lower the cover around the site. Jinart has caught up with Phi, Etain, and Niner. She told them that they are heading for the wrong target. They are now going to divert to a mine to potentially steal some of their explosives. Jannart is going to update Darman and Etain on Omega Squad's new location. Chapter 10. Hokan has sent a letter to all Qiiluran citizens stating that anyone harboring Republic personnel on their land will be enslaved, including all their family and all their employees. Etain and Darman made it to a safe house. The family turned them in. Etain killed her first being. She did not enjoy it. Darman told her she did well. They killed 7 altogether, then a bolt blew up a tree nearby. Niner, Phi, and Aten have stolen explosives from the mine. They also have Guta Ne, Hokan's former right hand, as a prisoner informant. Hokan investigated the house where the battle occurred, realizing it was 1 Commando and 1 Jedi that fought there. Hokan also investigated the house of the informant. The whole family was dead, bitten and mauled by a large animal, one not found on Qiiluran. The droids have spotted and engaged 2 enemies 5 clicks from the house. Now this is all I have time for today, halfway through the book, chapters-wise anyway. It's gotten a lot better since the first 2 chapters. Still occasionally tough to follow, but it's gotten more straightforward in the later chapters. As I am going on vacation, I'm going to have to split this book into 2, which I know I normally don't do, but this is a rare case, and I'll finish up the book in next week's video. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.